have to, because that's how family actually gets.
Listen to me. I don't have to. He
Chrissy,
has to. That's your son.
No,
He
no,
has to.
no,
I
no,
don't
no. You
have
have to remember,
This
once
is a
once you and him get married, and really, as far as I'm concerned, y'all are married, okay? And if you're part of him, okay, and that means he's definitely me, that means that you're part of me.
Jim Jones has just found himself in the middle of a whirlwind that could change everything. This time, it's not a new album release or a business deal. This is something much bigger. After a violent confrontation with Chrissy Lampkin's ex, Jim's clean image is hanging by a thread. Could this be the final straw? Is the rapper known for his tough persona now facing consequences far worse than he ever imagined? But wait, this isn't just another celebrity argument. Things got physical, and now Jim is facing some serious legal trouble. What exactly went down during this explosive encounter, and how is it going to affect his future? Stick around, because this scandal might just be the most shocking thing we've ever seen from Jim Jones. You don't want to miss how this all unfolds. Let's start by giving a quick refresher on who we're talking about. Jim Jones, he's not just any rapper. He's a name that's been around for decades, part of the Diplomats crew, and has built a reputation as a tough guy in the hip-hop world. He's got a long list of hits, but beyond the music, Jim's been a fixture in the media thanks to his love life, particularly with his longtime partner, Chrissy Lampkin. Now Chrissy, she's no stranger to the spotlight either. Her relationship with Jim has been anything but ordinary. They've been engaged for years, but their relationship has always had its fair share of complications. And a big part of that complication, Chrissy's ex. Even though she and Jim have built a life together, Chrissy's history with her former partner has always loomed over them, creating a constant source of tension between them. For a while, it seemed like they could navigate this. Chrissy's past was just that, her past. But the ex, he was never fully out of the picture. In fact, his presence has continued to stir things up over the years. Their drama never seemed to fully disappear, even though Jim and Chrissy tried to make it work. But that was before things went from tense to completely out of control. So, what really went down? The moment that's making headlines now began with a simple exchange of words. At least, that's how it seemed at first. No one could have predicted how quickly things would spiral. Jim and Chrissy's ex were in the same space, and what should have been a normal, cordial interaction quickly turned into something much uglier. According to witnesses, the conversation quickly shifted from words to shouting, and soon, things got physical. It's hard to know exactly what triggered Jim's outburst, but it seems like his emotions boiled over in a way that no one saw coming. The altercation escalated so quickly, no one had time to step in and stop it. With accusations flying back and forth, Jim allegedly snapped, throwing punches. This wasn't just a heated argument anymore. This was full-on violence. The situation was shocking for everyone who witnessed it. Friends and family were reportedly there, trying to separate the two men, but the chaos just couldn't be controlled. People watching from the sidelines could hardly believe what was happening. Jim Jones, a man who had built an image around his strength and persona, was now in the middle of a violent outburst that left everyone stunned. Now, the dust has settled, and Jim Jones isn't just dealing with relationship drama. The aftermath of that violent confrontation is about to hit him in a way he probably wasn't expecting. Jim's looking at some serious legal consequences. It's not just about his personal life. This could have a massive impact on his career and public image. Legal experts are already speculating about what charges Jim might face. Assault, battery. It's clear that things got physical, and if Chrissy's ex decides to press charges, Jim could be in for a lengthy legal battle. This is no small thing, folks. A criminal case could be on the horizon, and even if things don't escalate to that point, the potential for a civil lawsuit from Chrissy's ex looms large. The question on everyone's mind is, will Jim be able to clear his name, or will this tarnish his reputation forever? This isn't just a PR disaster for Jim. It's something that could affect his life in ways he hasn't fully processed yet. And when it comes to his career in the music industry, this could be a big hit. Fans and the media will be watching every move he makes. Will he be able to bounce back from this, or is this the beginning of the end for Jim Jones as we know him? Now let's talk about what this means for Jim's relationship with Chrissy. They've been through a lot together over the years, and while they've faced challenges before, this might be the breaking point. This was no minor incident. Jim's violent outburst could be the moment that changes everything for Chrissy and him. So, how is Chrissy going to react to all of this? For a woman who's already had a complicated history with her ex, is this the last straw? After everything she's gone through with Jim, will she stand by his side? Or will this violent confrontation with her ex finally push her to reconsider everything? And don't forget the families. This isn't just about Jim and Chrissy anymore. Their families are now involved in this fallout too. Will Jim's side of the family support him, or are they just as shocked by his actions as Chrissy's family seems to be? What about Chrissy's ex's side of the family? Will they take advantage of this moment to stir the pot even more? As expected, social media has erupted with reactions to the confrontation, and the internet is ablaze with divided opinions. On one side, there are fans who firmly back Jim, believing he was simply defending his relationship and standing his ground. On the other side are those who condemn his violent behavior, arguing that no matter the circumstances, his actions crossed a line. The situation has become a hot topic of debate, with endless discussions filling Twitter threads, Instagram posts, and TikTok videos. It's the kind of scandal that grabs everyone's attention, and people are more than ready to voice their opinions. Supporters of Jim argue that his reaction, while intense, was rooted in a deep sense of loyalty and protection toward Chrissy. They point to the long-standing tension between Jim and Chrissy's ex as a catalyst for his outburst. For these fans, Jim's actions, though controversial, are seen as an attempt to assert boundaries and defend the relationship he's worked hard to maintain. Many are saying that his emotions were justified given the unresolved history and the provocation he may have faced. However, critics are taking a much harsher stance. They feel Jim let his emotions spiral out of control, and they're not holding back in their condemnation. Some have labeled his actions as a display of toxic masculinity, questioning whether his behavior stems from jealousy or deeper insecurities. The incident has sparked debates about the line between standing up for someone you love and overstepping boundaries in a damaging way. Fans are coming up with their own theories, dissecting every detail of the situation in search of answers, and the speculation is only adding fuel to the fire. One thing is certain, this scandal has left fans wanting clarity. The confrontation has raised more questions than answers, and people are desperate to know what really happened behind closed doors. Was this a one-time lapse in judgment on Jim's part, or does it point to deeper issues in his relationship with Chrissy? The longer the silence from both parties, the more the curiosity grows, and it seems inevitable that more details will eventually come to light. As the dust begins to settle, the focus now shifts to what happens next for Jim and Chrissy. The incident has put their relationship under intense scrutiny, and the path forward is anything but clear. If Chrissy decides to forgive Jim, it will likely come with significant conditions. Trust has undoubtedly been shaken, and rebuilding it would take an extraordinary amount of effort and commitment from both sides. Chrissy would need to assess whether Jim's actions are part of a larger pattern or an isolated incident fueled by heightened emotions. But what if Chrissy chooses to walk away? Such a decision could mark a turning point in both their lives. For Jim, losing Chrissy might be a wake-up call that forces him to confront his behavior and its consequences. It could also lead to a period of reflection and growth, though the road would be a difficult one. For Chrissy, it would mean starting a new chapter and prioritizing her own well-being. The emotional weight of such a decision can't be underestimated, especially given the history and love that exists between them. There's also the looming question of legal repercussions. If criminal charges are involved, the situation could drag on for months or even years, adding another layer of complexity to an already volatile situation. Clearing his name would require a focused effort on Jim's part, but even if he succeeds legally, the public perception of him may remain tarnished. Scandals like this tend to leave a lasting impact, and Jim's career could face significant challenges in the aftermath. This moment, whether he likes it or not, could define the trajectory of his future. Fans are watching every development closely, eager for any sign of resolution. Many are invested in seeing whether Jim can bounce back from this controversy or if it will leave an indelible mark on his life and career. The stakes are high, not just for Jim, but for Chrissy as well, as their personal lives continue to play out in the public eye. The pressure on both of them is immense, and how they navigate this crisis will shape their legacies. The divide among fans reflects the complexity of the situation. Some believe Jim deserves a second chance to prove himself and make amends, while others feel he's gone too far and that it's time for Chrissy to prioritize her own happiness. The discourse has sparked broader conversations about relationships, accountability, and the pressures of living in the spotlight. Social media has become a platform for everyone to weigh in, with countless opinions being shared and debated. As the situation unfolds, it's clear that this moment is a turning point, not just for Jim and Chrissy, but for the people who have followed their journey. Whether their story ends in reconciliation or separation, the lessons from this incident will likely resonate far beyond their own lives. The drama, emotions, and questions it raises are deeply relatable, making it a story that captivates and engages on a human level. What do you think about the situation? Was Jim justified in his actions, or did he cross a line that can't be uncrossed? Can Chrissy forgive him and move forward, or is this the end of their relationship as we know it? Share your thoughts and join the conversation as we all wait to see how this intense chapter unfolds. If you're as hooked on this drama as we are, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. You won't want to miss what happens next in this explosive situation. End screen. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our related videos on celebrity scandals and other shocking confrontations. Stay tuned for more updates on this and other big stories.